episode 3 of Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, and we are with Tim Huber,
how you doing, guys?
Joshua Schoaf, and the illustrious Jacob Dehl. And
what's up, ladies?
Yeah, we're here to chat about some window cleaning. I've known Jacob for, 2, 3, 4 months now. It took me like 2 months to send him some squeegee channels. I had an extra set of sorbos.
Don't even bring that up.
Yeah. It only took me 3 years to get him to him, but he's got him now. And Jacob's got a power washing company, a window cleaning company, and he is a baller. He's out doing it every single day. And how you doing, Jacob?
I don't know about baller status, man, but I definitely am tired.
Yeah, right?
I didn't know we got paid for this. I just found out.
Yeah, we had to take a couple of minutes so he could open his monster up and
dude, it's the first one since I was in the ER with him, so that's pretty. Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't. Hey, this is just between us, right? Nobody else is going to see.
Nobody else is going to know. Nobody else is going to know.
Hey, you really set the mood right now, Jacob.
How long have you been cleaning windows, Jacob?
Oh man, 25 years.
25
I've been
years.
Doing it. Yep. I used to skip out of school to go help my cousin. I was getting $8 an hour, and back in the day, $8 an hour, you can make cash, man. You go to like the video arcade, and you could play all day long, man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Didn't take no money. You were playing, and it was awesome. Tekken 2 was a game I pretty much ruled at. So
Tekken 2.
That's right, man. It was a blast, bro. It was a blast. And I used to get these little punk, the middle school kids coming in thinking they were all bad boys. And I'd set them up playing. I'd play on a quarter for a couple hours, man.
Wow. So, see, I was a Mortal Kombat
you were 32?
Kid.
What did he say?
He said, "Is this when you were 32?"
The next question. No comment. So back to the original question. I've been doing this about 25 years, man.
Okay.
So.
Okay, and
been having fun.
You've been having fun. Do you still do a lot of window cleaning now, or I know you pressure wash too? You're pretty active in that as well. So, do you?
Yeah, man. I really
Joshua Schoaf is a turd burglar. Keep going.
Yeah, that's truth. Somebody needs to put #truth after that.
I keep looking at Tim and I'm just laughing. I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm getting older, so I'm trying to, I still do, man. I like it. There's something addictive about taking something that's so nasty and just making it clean and watching people's reactions.
Shining that old penny back up. There's something to that. I enjoy it myself. I do a little bit of power washing, not very much. I'm mainly a window cleaner, but I can appreciate both sides of that, both sides of that coin, so to say. So, is either one of you guys got anything you want to ask Jacob? I mean, before I keep rambling on, Joshua, Tim, you got anything to ask
Tim.
Jacob? You
I got a lot to say.
Yeah, so. Tim, say something to Jacob.
So did you come up in the? I'm sorry. Hi, Jacob. How you doing?
Well, Tim, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. Yourself?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful. I'm just sitting here in this podcast. Hey, did you come up in commercial storefronts and window cleaning?
Yeah. Yep. Here's how we got started. So my cousin Nathan McCloy got me started in it. But when we both worked for Jerry Rigdon, who invented the ledger handles. And so what we would do, I got hired on after I graduated. And so every Monday morning we have a commercial route in downtown Burlington, Iowa. And for 2 days, man, we do pretty much everything in town, downtown. And it was just strictly commercial. I've broken probably 7 or 8 windows in my 25 years. And the first house we ever did windows on was storm windows. And I broke 4 in a row.
Yeah. Oh, no kidding.
Try to jerk them out, man. I didn't know, right?
Yeah. Storm windows are fucking boo, man.
Yeah.
That's boo. Boo.
Just make sure you have to have a true
money,
value
though.
around you.
Yeah, that's good money, though. Them storm windows good money, though. That's good money.
I mean, I was making $8 an hour, $9 an hour.
Right.
To me, I was like, hey, they're paying me to do this. I'll push the mob. I remember just chomping at the bit to get the squeegee in my hand. My cousin wanted me to get the strip washer and the wetting down and the cleaning of the glass down first. And I was like, nah, man, give me that squeegee, bro. And I would always, run up and do 8-10 windows ahead of him so I could get the squeegee and go learn how to do it. But we learned, and we had a great time learning on commercial. And I think every guy that I've trained in my company, as they've come and gone, learns on commercial because it's the easiest one for them to do.
Yeah.
And it's hard for them to screw it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they will. I'll get them trained on that.
I know personally when I first started out cleaning windows, I wanted to learn how to fan like the old high-rise dude that was teaching me, showed me how, and I had, we had to do, he wanted me to use the washer. Use the washer, learn how the washer works, and you'll be able to use the squeegee the same way. You know what I mean? Follow my movements with the washer the way you would if the squeegee was in your hand. That's how I learned, so.
Karate Kid your ass.
What a great way to learn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
Something else that I appreciated, and I didn't really at the time. I didn't fully comprehend or appreciate. I just thought it was normal. Is we were all taught how to do pole work.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can do 4-story pole work accurately, with just the same as I'm being up there. I know Todd T4 out in Arizona will disagree with me.
Right.
But dude,
T4, he's the Swiss Army knife of badass.
He's nuts.
The Duke of Danger, Todd 4.
The Duke of Danger.
We'll have him on here to talk. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna
what I mean?
We're gonna try to get him on eventually.
You're gonna save a lot of time by being able to do it with a pole.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you learn the fine, the things that you have to learn is, how it feels, right? And I can feel if I miss something when I'm squeegeeing down. And that's why I've always been a servo guy, because the real thick aircraft aluminum pairs very nicely with the ledger handle. And even if I drop it, which I did a few times, I'm not going to have to buy a new brass rail every little bit.
True.
Right.
That's kind of how we got started. Yep. So, I mean, I've got one-off ledgers. You see my ledger collection. That's just part of it.
Right.
I dig it, man.
I personally have not seen it. Maybe Josh has. I haven't seen it.
I've seen his wiener. I haven't seen his ledger.
You've seen his. I know you've seen it. So I don't know why you're why you're being modest. I know you've seen his ledger. So, anyways,
you guys are messed up.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why is everyone? I don't know what's the matter. I don't know what happened. This is off the rails already.
Nice. It didn't take long, did it? You're about an hour in.
Yeah, we're 8
long.
minutes in and it's already off the rails.
I haven't said the F word yet, though.
No, this is a family show, so y'all need to be on our best behavior.
Is it? Nobody told me that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You guys have lost your mind. I love it.
So, do you run 7 days a week, 6 days a week, 5 days a week? What do you do? I know there's a few fellers out there that, they ain't been working Saturdays in 2 years because they're super pros. So, I work Saturday because I'm not a super pro. I'm not cool.
I need a sign that just says no comment.
No comment.
I will tell you, man. For a while, I ran 100 to 110 hours a week.
Wow.
And I will tell you, it's my own doing, and I kind of did it to myself. And so, yeah, I actually enjoyed that, but I burn out pretty quick on it after a little while.
It's like the law of diminishing returns. Eventually something's going to go wrong. Your health,
especially having a family.
Yeah,
he's a family man too. Yeah. Oh man, that's
tough to do.
Kudos to you on that.
Yeah, well, it's my own fault, man. I mismanaged my company for a while, and it's a lot of lessons in 25 years, man. You think I would have it all figured out? I'm still learning, bro. So
learn something new every day.
Yeah, I learn something new every day. I mean, just like talking to people within the industry the way that we do behind the scenes, and that's what we're trying to do with this podcast is have these conversations for everyone to be a privy to. You know what I mean? That behind that facade on Facebook, I like to call it facade book. Facade book. You get a little behind the scenes of, I'm still, I can clean glass pretty damn well. I mean, I do pretty good at that, but the finer points of running a company and things of that nature, marketing myself, like Josh and Tim, they're wells of knowledge on that stuff. And guys like you, same way. You've been at it for a really long time. You know what I mean? So it's nice to be able to pick people's brains and get to know Other people shows that not everybody jumped on the golden fucking pony and jumped off into a gold pile on both sides. You know what I mean? Some of us step out the right side of the door and right into a pile of shit. You know, sometimes shit happens. So.
Right. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I wish, and I try to explain this to every new guy that asks for help or that wants to know, hey man, you know, how do I get from point A to point B? And they want to be a business owner. Hey, I'm still working at the factory 40 hours, but I'm doing this on the side. What do I need to know? So I guess one of my biggest problems or biggest regrets, I wish somebody would have taught me the back end of the business, because we were taught how to clean glass properly, right? I can clean glass with the best of them. I know fabrication, you know, you can go down the list. But you know what I didn't learn? Nobody ever took the time to explain to me, hey, do you know what self-employment tax is? Right. Do you happen to have any idea that you need to keep your Social Security and FICA out? Right. Do you have any idea that just because you ran $350 for the day, that does not mean that you have $350? Right. And so at the end of the year, you're like, yeah, I got to pay what? Now, oh my God, how am I going to do that? And it really screwed me in the beginning, because I would go and build this great company, and then I would screw it up. Right. And so then I would constantly be, you know, every couple of years starting over again. So then you start adding employees and you're like, oh, gee whiz, now I got to do withholding, or gee whiz, you know, what's unemployment tax? Oh, really? Right. What's that? Never heard of it. Right. And the IRS and the state they're not going to care. They're like, well, it's your fault. Ignorance is no excuse. Right. So what I would like to see is some of these older veterans and some of these orgs start helping some of these younger business owners understand the actual behind the scenes process of how a business actually works.
Well,
that's a great podcast in itself.
Yeah, but honest, isn't that? Right. I mean, but don't you? I mean, and I could be wrong. There's not very many people. I guess let me say this. It kind of sometimes feels like an old boys club. You know what I mean? It does. Like some guys are kind of really close. Yeah, and then you know you got to kind of earn a pass. A lot of guys are. I know, especially in those power washing groups, those dudes are. They'll tell you go out and spend 10, 15 grand when you're first starting out. You know what I mean? Like, go buy this 8 gallon per minute, you know, do-de-do-da-do-da-da. And it's like, man, this dude he's got a pickup truck. What the fuck, man? You know? Cut the guy a break. It seems like some guys want to see guys fail because it's competition. You know what I mean? And they're like, well, I had to figure it out. You figure it out. You know what I mean? I think that's a shitty way to go.
Absolutely. And there is some of that. But, you know, over as long as I've been a window cleaner, I've seen certain aspects of our industry progress like really quickly, right? A very short period of time, and so
be more specific on that for me. I'd like to know what types of you know what areas you're talking about.
Okay, so let's take for example water-fed pole.
Let's see your face.
Oh, sorry, bro.
You're right.
Pretty. Anyway.
I love you too, Jacob.
Just messing, man.
Yeah, you're all right. I love you too, Jacob. Go ahead. Like you were saying, water-fed pole.
So let's think 2 years back, right? Mm-hmm. We have the traditional way of washing glass with same way that we've basically been doing it since I used my first Tucker pole. Right, so we're basically now you take Perry tape for example, and he's thinking at first you're like, this dude is out of his mind, right? This dude's whack. This is the way we've always done it, right? And this is the way we're always going to continue to do it because that's the way that we were taught.
Right.
You start thinking a little bit outside the box, and 2 years later, where are we?
Right, yeah. Look at Reach It Now. I mean, that construction.
You don't have a 45-foot pole, bro. Yeah, ain't coming off the glass.
Right,
it's not coming off the glass. Guess what that saves? Your shoulders, your neck. I had a 45-foot Tucker dual hose water fed pole.
I had a 4-story brass Tucker brush from Tucker, and you would get these little pellets that said
in the canister.
and it looked like, looking back on it, it was like something from it was like something off of a Model T or something like that. I mean, I still have. TJ saw my shots. I still have this brass Tucker brush, thinking someday I'm gonna need it for something. Just hold it on.
Hey, I've got a 42-foot aqua glass pole, full fiberglass pole, still sitting in my shop. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, why do I got
legit?
Recycle
it.
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say the make was? I didn't hear that.
Aqua glass.
Oh, okay.
Recycle that crap, man.
It's
Sorry.
no good.
Tucker is kind of legendary.
Right. I had a Tucker too.
That was
everybody knows the name.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I still find myself, except for the last year, since I got involved with Reach It and bought a Reach It product. I call it a Reach It pole, but no matter what pole I bought, it could be one of the knockoffs, whatever. It was still a Tucker pole. Go grab the Tucker pole. And it was. It was always.
It's not go grab the Reach It me. It's go grab the Tucker pole.
It wasn't like go grab the Fago.
No, so to you, it's to you. Being as long as you've been doing it, that's what it's. That's the term. I'm going to Tucker pole this building. It's not. I'm going to waterfed pole this building.
Tucker in this building.
I'm tuckering this building. Yeah. I get that for sure.
Dude. I'm going to tell you something. That 45 foot. You're young and you're not really. The other thing I like and I appreciate that Perry is doing, he's thinking about ergonomics, because when you get to be, I'm 42, man, and there's some days, man, my back and my neck are like, dude, we're not doing this anymore, right? You're just not going to do this. So and trying to lift one of those 45-foot poles up off the ground, man. Perry's he's thinking about us as the end user, and I guess I may get in trouble for saying this, man, but it's kind of nice to actually see somebody giving a damn about the window cleaners and not just trying to make a dollar.
Well,
right?
I think that's I think
he focuses
that's his
everything on us.
Boom.
Yeah. He's smart.
Mic drop.
He's smart.
Mic drop.
Are you saying you like Perry Tate?
Are you saying that? Are you saying
like
that
his
publicly?
Products at least.
Dude, I love his. He's just. Listen, man. When he first came on the scene, he was a punk. He first came on the scene, his crap broke. He's not a fake
chill, everybody.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah,
so understand something, man. I would not buy from the dude. I'm not going to spend whatever it is on something just to have your cheap China crap break on me, right? Okay. And as he's improved his product, he's also improved the way he does business and how he communicates with people, and how he values a relationship, not just a sale right now.
Yeah.
And so, I'm assuming that's genuine. I honestly, I've seen.
I can
the man
assure you, just from my experience with him and his products, that is genuine. That is a genuine sentiment. I've had his pole. I got a Reach It Mini in 2014 from WCR, back when they thought they were the best pole on the market, and I've had zero issues with that pole. It's been awesome for me, and it's pretty much, I think, saved my my business on several occasions. Just being able to be out by myself, because starting out by yourself, sometimes you get employees that aren't worth a shit, and you end up having to do things by yourself. And that fucking Reach It Mini, that Reach It Mini saved me plenty of times.
They ball, dude.
Yeah, right.
It's just dude, nobody's ever had any employee issues. Employees.
Oh yeah, I'm the only one. I know I'm the only one. I'm just saying in general, just from my experience. I know everyone else has got, hired a guy and they're still with him like 15 years later. I get that. But I'm just saying, in my experience, the shit works for me. I like it. I dig it. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, and a lot of people, if they had issues with the product he put out in the past, they're not willing to, he's lost that spice in their life. But you seem to be a level-headed guy, and you're like, you see the progression, the changes, to his product. So that's cool. That's cool. I can dig that. I can dig that.
Yeah, but it's just something that these young kids. I mean, I was on the phone with another kid down in Arkansas, and he's just getting started, man. And he's like, "What do I get? What do I get?" And I mean, so now you've been doing this long enough. People are asking you. You have the power to say, "Well, this is what I recommend." They're spending thousands of dollars, man. Right?
Exactly.
So you can't. Your intellectual honesty has to be intact. You can't just say, well, so say Perry sends me a constructor brush for every system that I recommend. I can't do that, man. Right? You can't do that, because these guys are going to go, you know what, this stuff that you recommended to me is pure garbage, and I spent this money that maybe I didn't have. Right. A lot of these guys, and you're going back to your power washing point, is you don't have to buy the biggest, the baddest, and the best.
Right.
You know, a lot of us didn't, you know, we had to earn our way, man. Nobody bought us a business. Nobody bought us this or that. We earned every bleeping dollar that we got.
Exactly.
You know, right. And sometimes you go without, you know, you have to make decisions.
Sounds familiar, TJ.
Yeah.
So, you know, but you know what I mean? You're having that conversation with
in
yourself.
A good way.
Like,
yeah.
Do I put gas money in so I can go do these next couple of jobs that may or may not pay me that day? Right. Or do I put groceries in the house for my wife and my kid? Dude, there's been times where you had to make that decision. I've had to do it, and I'm scraping pennies together to get macaroni and cheese, which from Aldi's, which isn't macaroni, and it's really not cheese. It's oil and flavoring, right?
Right.
But that's a decision. That's
good.
So hungry. When these young guys, yeah, dude, we don't eat that anymore, man. But you know what I'm saying? These young guys, they think that everything is just going to be roses, dude. They don't understand that this is a hustle and it's a grind. And even after you think you've made it, you better double down, because there's going to be somebody else working just as hard as you, if not harder, to take away what you got.
Exactly.
That's the one thing that goes through my head constantly. My area is saturated, absolutely saturated with other window cleaning and pressure washing companies, not to mention one of the biggest ones that are vying for national prominence. And you hit the nail on the head.
PPW sucks.
I'm always worried.
PPW sucks.
Word to your mother. That is a fact, bro. Even here in Iowa, it's like, why would I have you? Just get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Get out,
2 miles down the road.
But let me explain something else. These young kids need to understand, man. I had a call from a guy in, Virginia tonight. And he's like, I'm trying to break into the power washing market, but there's a guy who's really good at what he does. And you know, how do I break into that market? And I was explaining to him, you know what? You got to create your own market.
Right.
You got to create your own fans, because anytime anybody asks for recommendation, he's got all these current clients. Well, how do you break that, dude? How do you break that? You make your own fans, right? Yeah. I said, you go pick out, let's say, for example, I'm going to go pick out a realtor. Or if you're really smart, go get the broker, right? And then you become friends with that guy. So that broker will put you in front of all of his realtors. And then all of a sudden now you have a captive audience. Now you start having recommendations of your own, right? There is absolutely no freaking substitute for hustle. And these guys, they're always like, well, how do you get your work? Well, how in the flip do you get your work? Well, I have a website and I just wait for my phone to ring.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
And you wonder why you're broke and nobody's calling? Get your ass up. Yeah. Start hustling out there and do face. I told Josh this too. Face-to-face. There's no substitute for face-to-face, dude.
Right.
None.
Right.
Your website don't mean jack squat.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that myself. Yeah, you got to get out there and at least you got to sell yourself.
This is pretty. This is pretty.
Well, you only show. Hey, just so you know, you've only been showing us half of it the whole fucking show.
Ooh,
so
there you go. Hey, look at that.
I thought that was.
Oh man.
There's a whole lot of American from American.
I thought that was just like Scooter.
Yeah. Cheeseburger body right there.
Yeah, baby.
Bacon cheeseburger player. We live in Iowa.
We all can't be fucking thin and shit.
So everybody's
like
just
Tim
been
over
seeing
there.
his hat the whole time.
Tim over there live from the meth shack talking shit again.
I was like, I'm not gonna say anything because it ain't my place.
Hey, listen. I earned every pound I got, bro. I started at the highest. I was 580.
I'm not talking about your weight. I'm talking about just the half size of your head that I've been staring
at. I'm just a large, big-headed.
It's hard to get. Yeah, it's hard to get that head in frame. It's so large.
Watch. Do this.
What? What you want? What? Dude, guys are. Hey, that's why they call me Big Jake, son.
Right, they're Big Jake, son. They don't call me Hoss because I ride a horse on the Ponderosa.
Can I talk about Jake for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing, man.
I know I did some feedback on our podcast guest last night, Josh Thompson. I want to do a little, just a kind of like just a shout out to Jacob, even though he's right here.
Come on, man. You don't got to do this. Exactly. You don't got to do this, bro.
Josh, do another shot.
I'm already on the show. There we go. Cue for Josh.
No. Seriously. Something happened on Facebook probably 2 or 3 years ago, and he reached out and just gave me a little bit of advice and his phone number and said, call me. And 3.5 years later, I haven't got off the phone with him. Motherfucker's long-winded. Okay, I mean, he just talked and talked and talked. No, I'm just like,
I am. It's all right, man.
He straight up said, "Listen, this is what you need to do. You want to build your business up some more. This is exact. I mean, he laid it out word for word, action for action, and I implemented a lot of what he said. I know I said that last night about Josh Thompson, but I really, really implemented a lot of the action words that he said. Go do. It was all verbiage. There was no nouns. Okay,
he didn't do none of that for me.
You got to get in the inner circle, player.
The biggest thing he said, it was one word. It was demos.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Go do demos. Go do demos."
Do you remember why? Do you remember why?
Well, you could go do them, get the before and after. You go through, you cut through say a concrete demo. You go through the dirtiest part, and you even if the head person isn't there, you hit the dirtiest part. Just do a strip real quick. Let them see. It has to be visual. Mm-hmm. That was the one
bingo.
Thing
Bingo.
The one thing. And it helps, man. I'm telling you. Except for the people that are watching this in my market area in Northeast Ohio, don't listen to a damn word. Just shut up and go to sleep already.
Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, it's so.
Hey, don't watch us. Watch TV.
Everybody wants to close the deal on the phone. Like, why can't I close the deal on a phone call? Why can't I get what I need, the info I need on a phone call? Get your asses up. Go out there.
Yep.
Make the moves you got to make.
Yep.
Demo, man. I'm serious. Demo.
So that goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Guys are like, well, I'm waiting for the phone to ring, and then I'm going to close them over the phone, right? It doesn't happen like that, man. I'm going to tell you something.
Some guys are real cowboys like that. They like to be cowboys.
Yeah, well, in the real world where we all kind of live, after we get offline,
right?
You still got to go out. You still have to go out. You still have to communicate, and you still have to talk to these people.
Right.
It's a lot harder for them.
I can still only see half your face.
I can see his whole face. I can see his whole face.
Yeah, I can see his whole face.
See that? I thought it was me.
Finish it. Hey, hopefully you can finish a thought without Joshua busting your chops again.
Dude, it's all right.
This podcast.
I got nothing but love for him. So.
Yeah.
But that's my point. People are visual, and you got to get up off your bleeping ass and get out and flipping hustle. I don't care how you got to get yourself motivated, whether you got to look at a picture of your kids, look at a picture of your wife, put some music that gets your big ass moving, right? I don't care what it is. The hardest thing to do is to make the very first call of the day.
Right.
And that's why sometimes I'm a kind of a little wuss. I'll go at the smallest one, and I'm like, I don't care if they say yes or no. And you never know after the first one, dude, everything else. And then you're like, why did I just put this off? Why didn't I get up at 6 o'clock? Why didn't I get out by 7? Right? I'm not sitting by I don't even have a website. Doesn't that blow your mind? I have no website around me.
That doesn't surprise me at all. You're a Tennessee
It's all
Volunteers
referrals.
Fan.
No, I'm not, man. This is just what I got when I was down there.
Whatever.
Dude, I got a Florida State sticker right here on the back of my truck. Shut your mouth, man.
So you really like Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
No,
OH.
OH.
Just kills us. I'm a hater. I just hate the dude for no other fact than he was at Florida and he just beat the crap out of us, dude.
That's why I love giving you shit. Soon as
on the bus.
You should have never told that.
From Ashton Beulah.
I don't listen. Ohio boys suck. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all are just overrated, underpaid.
We all suck.
I'm a hater. I hate Urban Meyer, dude.
I'm from Akron, Ohio.
You can be from wherever you want to be.
That's perfect.
That's right.
Home of LeBron James and Josh the window cleaner. There's so much weight in that statement right there. Yes. Yes. That's
you all
so
are
awesome.
nuts, man. You all are nuts, man. I love it though.
I'm just glad we were able to get you on. This is awesome.
Shut up.
I hate Urban Meyer. Can we just go on to something pleasant?
All right.
Anything.
All right. Now I've got
toe jam.
Unless someone else has got a question, I actually have another question for you.
All right.
Does anybody mind me asking a question? Joshua,
Tim. Oh, you talk all the goddamn time. Go ahead.
Wow. I'm here for the show.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
Well, this will be the last question I ask during this interview. I'm gonna let the guys take over after this.
Here we go.
Here we go. I'm quitting. This is the third time I've quit today.
No.
This is the third time I've quit today. But anyways, where do you see you're 42 years old. Where do you see Jacob Dehl in 5 years?
Living in your basement, dude, if it's nice.
I don't have a basement. You're going to have to live out back in the shed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so here's the deal, man. That's a question that'll be answered here shortly. Okay. I guess I might as well. For the longest time, I've been trying to get out of Iowa. I don't like winter. It's tough. It's the older I get, I've got nerve damage at the end of my fingers.
Okay.
When you're younger, you just think you're gonna live forever, and you don't need gloves.
Doesn't mean it's nerve damage.
That's what she said. But all right, anyway. So, but I'm 42, and the cool thing about what we do and the things that you've learned, and that I should say that I've learned, is I can pick this up and I can go do it anywhere. Right.
Okay.
And not only
you will travel.
Yeah, exactly. So not only do I know how to squeegee, I know how to soft wash, I know how to power wash, and not just I know how to do it correctly because I've gone to the seminars, I've gone to these, the organizations have events and get-togethers, and you learn and you pick up, and that's something else these young kids need to understand, man. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? So when you go into these events and you go, be a sponge, soak up this information. My dad says when anybody gives you advice, you listen to it, you tell them thank you, you take what you can apply in your life and you apply it, and you just let the rest wash off your back, dude.
That's great.
Right?
Yeah.
And so there's a few things. My daughter's a senior this year. She's done with her high school here. So I have sold most of my window cleaning off to my former business partner and one of my former employees, and they're just kicking tail and taking names.
Right.
This is something that my wife has fibromyalgia, so we will probably be heading south.
Awesome. We're gonna maybe be graced with a warm weather Jacob Dehl.
Oh my.
Jacob Dehl with a tan. Rico.
That's
Jacob
a lot
Dellier.
of sun, bro. That's a lot of sun to cover.
Well,
you better have a lot of
awesome.
sun, man.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
thanks for sharing.
Yeah, it's not. I've been talking about doing this for 10 years, man, and I'm pulling the trigger.
Putting the plan in action. I like that. I like a man of action. I love it when a good plan comes together, because I was a big fan of the A-Team. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, wow. There we go. I was too, man. I was too. Dukes of Hazzard. We used to watch that.
Woo!
We never got to watch TV as a kid, man. I didn't know anything about Dukes of Hazzard until I got married to my wife, man.
Oh, no
She's
kidding.
like, you've never seen this? My mom was like, no, you're not watching any TV. We would get 1 hour a week, right? And it's the Friday night they had Knight Rider for 1 hour. And we got to have the only sugar we were allowed to have. Yes, exactly. Sherbet and Knight Rider, dude. It was our freaking week, dude. It was awesome. It was awesome, dude. I wanted to be that in the worst way, man. That's how old I am, man. I used to have the little car that my grandfather
You're so
got
old,
me.
you wanted to be David Hasselhoff.
Yeah,
that's right. When he was a kid, dude, that's right in there, man.
Listen, quit saying you're so old. I'm your age. I'm actually 43. So quit.
Whoa!
You are.
Old man River reveals himself. Finally.
Keep saying you're old. Man.
That's awesome.
Me and Josh will be taking our humming act on the road. Come see us at the LeBron James's arena in Cleveland. We're almost sold out. Reach out to us if you want tickets. We do all the renditions. A-Team, Fall Guy, Magnum PI.
I got Square. I can run credit cards.
Yeah, we can run credit cards.
God.
We got you.
You know what? You need to be a little more accurate. You need to be a little more accurate in your advertising, bro. You know full well you ain't doing nothing in any fancy place. You're gonna be at flea markets and county fairs.
What's wrong with the dirt
if you go down to
Listen,
what's wrong with the dirt ball, dude?
That's our ball in Ohio.
Yeah, what's wrong with the dirt ball?
In the donkey show.
I bet you did. I bet you did, bro.
See, when I grew up watching TV, I was always on the channel that it was all mixed up. I was trying to look through the lines to see boobs or something on Skinamax or something.
Right.
You know, what I mean,
What is that?
Yeah. Was that a boob? Was that a boob? Was that a boob? Was that a boob?
I was like this. I was sitting there like this.
Right.
And I was just waiting for a moan.
Yeah.
I heard a moan. I'd be like, okay, this is the right channel.
This is the right channel. Where's my sock? Where's my tube sock? Where's my trusty tube sock?
No.
Wow.
Grandma.
Grandma, leave me alone. I'm sleeping.
No, you're not. Oh man! So wow.
You're gonna shoot your eye out.
How much fun has this been? Exactly.
How much fun has this been? I don't know. Do Josh or Tim have anything? I mean, I do talk a lot, you know.
Oh
so
man, I love Jacob.
Is there anything you guys want to ask him? How about Tim? Tim says nothing.
Tim doesn't know him, so go
yeah,
for it.
Tim, shit. Why don't you like nobody, man?
I've heard every story
It's not that I don't like. When would you like me to? You don't breathe, so
I can't believe you just said that.
Wow.
That just hurt all my insides. That's it.
Your one feeling. It hurts your feeling.
My one feeling you just hurt.
Your one feeling. I hurt that.
It was on TJ.
If it went for TJ, this
I'm officially right now on the podcast, episode 3. I'm quitting again. For the 4th time, I'm quitting today.
TJ's the MC. He guides the
Mickey microphone checker.
He's the El Capitan.
Right.
Steve Squeegee.
Hey, it looks
what
like
that
I'm
dude say? I'm not the cruise control. I control the cruise. What the fuck did that dude say? What did he say last night? I don't know. I can't remember. I was too busy. Hey, oh, hey! I thought he was gonna hit me in the head with a pizza or some shit. You know what I
mean? Jacob, I'm gonna leave you with this. For guys our age, man, give up that corn syrup, dude. You want to feel better? You give up that corn syrup. I gave it up about 8 months ago, and it changed my life. I'm serious. But go to Florida. It's awesome. You'll make a ton of money.
Florida don't make no money, man. I'll tell you what.
You don't think?
I think I know his plans. I don't think I'm
allowed to say He's not going to make any money in Florida because Mark Tanner is already making. Mark Tanner's already making all the money in Florida.
That's where it is.
Mark Tanner's making all the money in Florida. You got to leave him alone. Josh, I know where he's going, but I'm not going to say.
I appreciate that, guys.
I'm stuck in Ohio. Hey, listen. I got a mother-in-law that ain't dead yet. I can't leave this state. Hey,
good,
edit that out.
Good.
Hey,
all right, we're starting off again here.
Wow.
Some shit was said we had to remove from the podcast.
No, don't edit that out. Who gives my mother-in-law? Fuck her.
I love her, but back to back. I mean, you know, Josh doesn't mean that, right? Tim is frozen. I wish he's super frozen. So this is going to be in the broadcast. His face is going to. This is going to be sweet. Yeah, you're breaking up real bad. You're breaking up real bad, Tim. Tim's in bad shape on the end over here. Jacob, is there anything you'd like to say while we're
have we already done all the whole thing?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we necessarily have said it.
What the hell is Tim doing?
Tim's having a hard time. It's rough. It's the broadcast from the mess shack is jacked up.
You're not frozen.
There he is.
There he is.
He had to run outside. He had to run outside.
Hurry up, hit my mic, man.
He look at him. He's all catching up.
He didn't say that on live TV.
I think he did.
I think you said I was fly from the best shack. What
I'm waiting for
you. Right. Right. Well, he had to run outside and throw a couple quarters in the meter on his Wi-Fi controller. Yeah, Bob. Hey, don't be going all Bob Bouquet on us.
Oh no.
That liquid meth he's shooting out of there.
I got one more drink to do, so let's just keep going until this is gone.
All right. Well, you got to do more than a drink. We need solid content so I could put up a uniform podcast every time we do it.
Hold on.
So Jacob Dehl, he has shared with us that he's thinking about flying south with the Geeses next year because he's tired of the cold weather. We captured that. He worked for the guy that invented or made the first ledger. He's been cleaning windows since he was 16. He's super handsome. He needs to quit corn. He needs to quit corn syrup like me and Josh do because Tim's skinny and a dickhead. And
corn syrup's bad for you, man.
We get it, Joe Rogan. Shut up over there.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Shut up. We know we're jumping. Well, Tim likes to pick on us. The last time you actually called us when we were in the lift, and you know that me and Josh were having weight difficulties in the basket. And
I heard the beeping thing. Tim decided, beeping.
Jacob Dehl is here, and Jacob Dehl can confirm that the lift was beeping because we were too heavy. And most of my weight is in my arms because I'm so massive.
Wow. Hey, I'm in my underwear again.
Josh is in his underwear again. But Jacob can confirm that the basket was we were too heavy for the basket. So I guess Tim is correct. We may be a little on. We might like corn syrup.
You're just large American. Let's just put it that way. You're large American.
Apparently, I really like corn syrup.
I got a thyroid problem.
Yeah, so do I.
You and me both, brother.
I do too. My thighs give me hemorrhoids. So let's keep going.
Squad goals.
Squad.
Let's talk about. I don't know. Whatever.
Let's talk about it.
I was told to be good, so
you can say, "Hey, if you got
let's not be good.
If you got something, let's not be good now. If there's anything you'd like to speak on, that's what this is about.
Let her rip, Tater Chip. Do it.
You've covered all the bases. You've gave us your story. You've gave the rookies out there and the older guys out there some super awesome knowledge.
A little controversy.
Yeah,
I need that.
You already did the mentorship.
Yeah, Josh likes the controversy.
Give us that meaty bone.
No, dude.
What pisses you off? What pisses Jacob Dehl off?
Bitches.
Bitches.
That's right. Let me explain something. Know-it-alls. Listen, man.
Oh, God.
Guys that are know-it-alls and they're out there just to get their name out there. I hate people. Oh, dude. Oh my goodness. Let's slow down here. Let's just get to this point, man. I hate fake ass people, man. And by that I mean people who pretend to be something that they're not. I mean, you get online, I do this, and this, and come to find out. Like, let's get this out of the way. I don't know Josh very well, but I do know Chris, and this was brought up in the last podcast. So yeah, we're gonna hit that a lick. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know why those guys are beefing. Josh said he don't know Chris, but evidently that dude was at Chris's wedding, so maybe that fool does know it and is running.
I was at whose wedding?
Deep cuts.
Not you. No, Josh. Your last Mr. New York or whatever.
Mr. New York. Mr. Hey.
Well, no, there is a backstory to that.
Good fella guy.
All right.
I'll let him explain that again.
Hey, we are, like I said before at the end of our last podcast, we are an equal opportunity offender, so...
I don't know Josh Madden, but that dude's voice, man, he could do radio. It's that dude's voice is, I mean, I don't have a man crush, but bro, you keep talking like that and we could probably, get a drink or two, It's like, that is a serious velvety tone.
Yeah.
But if you're a punk, from what I understand, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Hey, this is besides every story.
If you're a punk, you can only get one drink.
Listen, man.
I'm a loyal dude, so I'll ride out.
I know, man. Listen, I'm there. Hey, a guy told me one time, there's always two sides to a piece of bacon, no matter how skinny it is, right? So
delicious.
It might just, I love bacon, bro. Just stop. You seem like grills.
Nice segue. Bacon. Why it's the best meat.
I would love to see a lot of this stupid beefing garbage nonsense
just to be
go away, because it seems like every time we get a good role in the industry, we're all coming together,
right?
Some dumbass has to go spouting his mouth off about something he don't know nothing
like
about.
Ron Musgraves. Let's segue real quick.
Wow, that is the segue.
Now the other side of the piece of bacon, apparently.
Yeah, so
oh boy, guys.
Chris Josh, real quick. Let's talk about Ron Musgraves.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something about Ron. And
I don't know nothing about that.
So. Well, I'm gonna tell you. So listen up, Junior.
I know him from Facebook.
Right. So he's one of the most strangest, weirdest, most conundrum, all wrapped up into a ball, right? Because on one hand, he'll help you. Like my business kind of sucked before I met him, and then I met him. And I learned how to soft wash and how to power wash properly, not just the way that I've been doing with Dawn dish soap, a deck brush, and thinking I'm taking algae off. Right. Like he will go out of his way to just ingratiate himself to you and just to help you. Call me anytime. And you're like, God, this guy's banging, right? He's like the smartest guy. And what a nice guy. And then in the next minute, man, it's like Dr. Heckle and it's just gone, dude. It's like, where are you at? And his call out day with Carol. Yeah, a little. I think there's something going on, man. But it's like he's one of the nicest guys I know, and he's one of the biggest dumbasses I've ever met. Right? I'm sure other people can say that about me. But
most strong personalities are sometimes. But I mean, I'm not sticking up for him.
That was a big group, though, man, and they just went that shit crazy.
I can say just from the outside looking in, that whole deal in that forum, that was fucking crazy. Wild, man.
You have no idea. Try being in the middle.
And that's an organization with paid membership and shit like that. You know what I mean? And they just fucking dismantled. You know what I mean?
No,
unbelievable. It just. Well, I mean,
it was a power struggle.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's still there. I'm just saying it just dismantled itself and rebuilt itself back up, and it was a wild situation.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. Before this all went down, like you could not find a better organization to be a part of. Like there's really not, because you had all these. Dude, you had superstars. You had people who've been doing there, not afraid to help other people, that were willing to share. You know, a lot of these guys, like, I'm sharing, and they just share the fluff. They don't tell, I'm afraid to share it with anybody. I'm not telling anybody my secrets. Well, why not? It's not like they're going to come and take over your business. Your clients are yours, right?
With that.
I agree with that. Is this a paid position, though?
For what?
The president of the U.S.?
The upper echelon.
No. Nobody.
Wait. Ron doesn't get paid at all for that? Wait, I don't understand how. I'd like to know more about this part. All right, I'm sure he's making some money off of it.
Yeah, somebody's got to be making money to be that much drama.
It's dude, you got to understand. At some point, it's not about money. It's about prestige and being. I say, and it's just one of those deals where he's constantly got to be in front of you. He's narcissistic that way, dude. And you can say, well, hey, yes, I'm trying to help people, but in the same sentence, it's just, dude, like I'm saying, he's helping people, and the next sentence, he's screwing people. Like, what are you doing, man?
This isn't just one person. This is like a group of 4 to 8 people that are all going after positions in this thing.
In charge of how many people are in the membership. I mean,
it's got to be in the thousands, right? It's got to be in the thousands, right? And membership wise, no?
Well, free members, yes.
Oh, okay.
But the only members that really matter are contributing members, because that's what.
You say I don't matter. You just told me I don't matter.
Yeah, you just said I don't
matter.
Don't.
Yeah.
He said you don't.
None of you matter.
I don't give a fuck.
It's about my damn wife.
But understand something, though. There's nobody over there.
Funnel down to me eventually.
Nobody's paid, right? So it's all volunteer. And like I said, we were on the membership committee for 4 years, and I was, chairman. And it's just, we put a lot of time, effort, energy into it, and it just, I've never seen a guy just not give a shit. It doesn't matter if it burns. It doesn't matter if it goes to how big. No, Carlos Gonzalez, dude, the inventor of EBC.
EBC, shout out to EBC. That shit's bad as fuck, son.
I love
Carlos
Gonzalez. I got a man crush on Carlos Gonzalez.
Dude, Carlos Gonzalez, he's another stand-up dude that actually took me under his and mentored me because I came, you start seeing some of this stuff, and you're like, this doesn't, what he's saying and what he's doing, or what the organization's saying, what they're doing are two different things. And Carlos is, I love his saying, go stay in your lane.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I like
stay in your lane.
Yep, stay in your
lane. Basically,
he is a hustler.
Dude, he's a hustler, man. He's a hustler.
He's out right now while we're on a podcast. He's out fucking cleaning.
In 2 weeks, he's going to Switzerland. He's been traveling all over the continents. You know, he's just every which way.
Sasha, he's got the EBC Switzerland. I mean,
Sasha, but he's got people coming from all over in Europe.
That's awesome.
Now, tell me something, man. If that's not the American dream, I don't really know what I mean.
It is, yeah.
You got to take some, nothing and go to something.
Carlos and EBC are perfect examples of what goes right and what can happen if you just put your nose to the grindstone. You can
and stay hustling.
Wash
Dude,
life.
stay
Hashtag wash
life,
Carlos.
It's on the back of my truck.
Yeah, hashtag wash life, baby.
Right there with that Florida State sticker.
Florida State sucks.
Get out of it.
Screw her money.
I get it every chance I can. What's that?
Why did Carlos give up the leadership to Ron?
Something I learned from Carlos is that's his business, and so I will. If you want to know that, I got so much respect for that man.
Next question.
Exactly. Listen, man. It's like anything else. As it evolves, what he started with, his vision. I mean, he put it out there for everybody, his original vision. And when you read all down through that, all those pages, and it's not where the UMCC is today, dude.
Right.
So,
right.
I don't know. I want to keep it positive, man. I just, we, as much as I love seeing some things burn, I just, there's a lot of good people over there. The problem is that, a lot of those new members, they need that organization. They feel like they got to have it to succeed, and which they may do. And there's good people over there. Don't get it twisted. There's really good people over there, and the only people,
but they don't need it to succeed.
Absolutely. Right. No, you know what they need? They need a boost of confidence. And I told another lady this. I said, I don't understand. You have all the tools to succeed. You go to these events. You learn. What you're lacking is confidence to implement what you've learned. That's what I see. This is now. You want to know what I see wrong with our industry?
Is it confidence or is it laziness? I mean, a lot of times we can be hindered by the fact that we just don't want to do it. Our anxiety comes down on us, and we say, okay, I don't really want to. I just don't want to go do it. I don't want to put this plan into action.
But dude, when your back's up against the wall, sometimes it's not about, some people just don't understand that. It's literally a lack of confidence. People psych themselves. Dude, I've done it numerous times. I'll just tell you, I've psyched myself out. Dude, I have driven 2 hours to go bid, and the windows look clean. I turn around and drive right back home.
Holy shit!
Right? Oh. So I'm keeping it real. So I've done that on multiple occasions, only to go back the next day because I had to be somewhere. I look at that glass and the sills. That crap ain't been cleaned in however long. You walk in, you close the deal. A lot of people don't.
But that's a psychological issue.
It's psychological. They psych themselves out. They know confidence.
Whatever Ron represents. Why does he infuse that confidence to all these guys that are just like me, just like Tim, just like TJ? And just like you, and you were such a diehard person for it, and you almost had. I was this close to joining. I was because of you, and then all of this stuff imploded.
But dude, listen, man. That's the point that organization was at. You have to realize. That makes me
think of every organization now, though. Right. Like I don't need anybody.
Honestly, bro, you don't. I'm just keeping it real. Exactly. So my point, the thing that you got to think about that is a lot of people think that they use that as a crutch or as a fallback. Well, just in case if I'm not able to make it by myself, well, nobody else is going out and selling work for you. You got to do it by yourself anyway.
So it's like AA, it's a support group or it's some type of, it's a higher power for them.
Unless you ask a question that you should be searching in the search files, then you're a piece of shit. Besides that,
listen, man.
Check the pin post, you fucking dirtbag.
Check the post for 2011.
Yeah, just search the fucking post, you jerk.
I like to punch a few people in the face, man. I just, you know what? Here's what it boils down to, man. Any organization is just like anything else. If you utilize an organization to benefit yourself, then it's a tool. Chamber of Commerce is a tool wherever you live. Right, and you got to work. Nice segue, sucker.
Nice segue.
But listen, man. Listen, I go back to what I said again, and I will shout this from the top of my lungs as long as my fat ass is alive.
Okay.
It's all about freaking confidence. These young people do not know how to talk. They do not know how to interact with people. They sit in their house, and that's my son is a perfect example. My son will not. When I was young, I was out running, playing, jumping. I was meeting people, doing all sorts of stuff. They sit in their freaking bedroom, play video games. I don't want to go outside. You're not going to meet anybody else. You don't know your neighbors. None of that. They don't know how to communicate. Dude, the best job that I ever had was the worst job I ever had. It was as telemarketer. Right? I worked for APAC Telemarketing. Job sucked, no matter who you called. It's dinner time. Bitch, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I know you're not eating supper right now. Right? So, but it taught you how to communicate, how to sell to people.
I think you're right there. You talk a whole bunch, so I'm going to talk a little bit. No, I honestly, I think you're right there. I think that's really what's wrong with society as a whole right now. People don't know how to communicate with each other. Everything nowadays. People say things on Facebook and the internet, and people have definitely said things to me on the Facebook and the internet that I know that if we were in person, you'd never say anything like that to me. Not because I'm a big tough guy or, whatever's whatever, but there's more of a mutual respect you have for a human being when they're in front of your face instead of you. They're just an inanimate object.
You're a
AKA
if somebody disrespects you, you are going to retaliate.
I'm going to reach out and slap him in the fucking mouth. Yeah, for sure. I might get my ass whooped. You're going to know that we ain't playing that shit, because no. Yeah, disrespect is rampant nowadays, and even outside of disrespect, people lack the social skills to deal with other people. They don't know how to talk to people. I grew up in a household where everything was like, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. People, that's lost on people. You know what I mean? And having that confidence in yourself to speak to a stranger, that's something, a key, in my opinion, in this industry that we're in. Window cleaning, pressure washing. Having people skills is key. Having looking good, looking the part, wearing your company shirt, not looking like a straight dirtbag. Don't, you know what I mean? You gotta, it's all a part of the package. You gotta sell yourself, not just your business, not just your service, but yourself as well. You gotta look the part, be the part, play the part, cash the checks.
Or just cash money, homie. Cash money, homie. Take your checks and
you know what I mean, man. You know what I mean. I don't even know why.
Yes,
why you gotta
bank.
I don't understand why you gotta go and dissect all my shit like that for. Why you gotta get out your microphone,
brother?
You know
I care about you. I care about you.
Hey, you think I'm funny? Funny how?
Funny
how?
Why did we do that last night?
Tell me, funny how?
How you doing?
That's you in a nutshell.
Right.
So, but dude, don't
get offended by that.
I like our younger generation, man. As far as these young guys coming in, man. I mean, the cool thing is that they're willing to try something different.
Right.
I mean, I can't express, like, my son does not. He's an average student. He is his father's son, right? Uh-huh. So college is probably not in his cards, but he knows my son, both my daughters know how to work.
Okay.
They know how to hustle. They know how to work.
I've seen you, your son cleaning some windows on Facebook. You posted some pictures.
My son does. They power washed. I mean, my son's got his own route now, dude. He's 16 years old.
So it's a family affair in the Dehl household.
Now he's got to pay daddy. He's got to get daddy the money. So yeah,
it's your route.
Hey, room and board.
That's right.
Room and board.
Daddy's got. It ain't easy being greasy when you're pimping.
Love it.
So, but I mean, I'm teaching him, now he's got a skill set that he can use. My youngest daughter's 13 and she can power wash just amazingly well. My oldest daughter is 18. She's learning the back end of the business, how to run the business.
Awesome.
Right. So if you go to a job, I mean, I knew I wanted to do this when I was very, very young. I knew I wanted to work for myself, because I don't like taking lip from people. But my dad worked for Cargill, which is like in the grain elevator business.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was almost three months before he was supposed to retire with full benefits. They let him go on some trumped up crap. right?
Wow, yeah.
So you've given your whole. My dad gave his whole life,
and
his
you get
heart
shit
and
in
soul,
at the very end.
Just took a massive shit on him, man. He did get a watch. He got a Seiko gold watch, gold plated.
How classy are those fucking douchebags?
No, I just.
Hey, what's that company?
Cargill. Dude, they're
Cargill.
everywhere.
Fuck you, Cargill.
Fuck Cargill.
Fuck Cargill.
It might have some. The cool thing about Cargill is I got a company-wide policy enacted that family members of the employee of Cargill cannot take vehicles. They cannot drive them. They used to let Cargill. Dude, I trashed it, man. I didn't wreck it. I smoked it. Where I lived in Burlington, we were on North Hill, and we had ice storms, right? So my dad wanted me to go to the store to get him something, and I'm going down the bottom of the hill, and I'm going a little faster than I probably should, right? Well, it goes straight, and then there's a hook that goes left, and there's a retaining wall, man. And the truck went straight. I hit so hard on that retaining wall that the toolboxes that were strapped, like the socket sets, were strapped on the back of the truck seat. Went out the front freaking window, man. I totaled the truck. I got out and I got cowboy. I was in the cowboy thing back then. Just I don't know why. Just something to do.
You're from Iowa.
Yeah, shut up, Josh. A little later, we're going cow tipping, so come on. And dude, I totally smoked the truck, man, and they were so mad at my dad, and I'm pretty sure they wanted to fire him then. But it was ice. What can I do? They can't really say too much. But
you're the reason. You're the reason why they don't let you. All right, yeah, you're claim to fame,
no
man.
other family members allowed to drive that truck, dude.
Thank Jacob Dehl, Cargill.
There you go. You're welcome. You take your gold watch and shove it,
up
player.
your ass, yeah.
So that's it, man. I mean, guys don't really understand if they get serious about this, man. If they get real serious about it and they learn everything they can actually change their family tree rather than retiring with next to nothing or having to keep working. You're not even retired.
You can
think about that, man.
You can leave a legacy. You can leave something for your children that they can take and they can grow. And it can blossom, and you never know. Josh, the window cleaner, might be all the way across the United States, just like Fish was by the time his son.
Just like VD.
Just
like Herb.
Yeah, by the time his son Rocket gets to it, who knows? There could be Josh, the window cleaners in China, for all we know.
But he's got.
I know how much everybody hates that.
He's got the opportunity, though. That's the thing. That's a lot of these guys. It's not going to come automatic. You're given an opportunity. You have to take it.
Right.
Shut up. That's literally what.
Shut up.
I think he was telling. I think he was going to tell me to shut up. I think that's who he was talking to.
Yeah. So
that's just sitting here.
That's the last thing, man. Take that opportunity. Go knock it out.
All right. Well, we appreciate having you on, Jacob. It was super awesome having you on. And if you ever want to come back, you're more than welcome to.
No, once is enough, man. I can't stand seeing you this long, bro.
I'm going to put you in the jar here for our drawing at the end of the year for Guest of the Year. And if you win Guest of the Year, we're going to send you some Josh the Window Cleaner thong underbritches. So you got that going for you at least. So.
A prized possession right there.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a flagpole. I can just run them up that.
I'll eat.
They're big enough.
Yeah, you'll get a T-squeegee. You'll get the squeegee trophy. That's what we call it.
Hey,
the
let me show
trophy.
you. I'm wearing them right now.
Oh Lord.
Right in.
Yeah.
By the way, I got a bone to pick with you guys.
Edit, buddy.
Okay.
You gotta get it.
I got a bone to pick with you.
He's got a bone to pick with us. I'm glad
I got players. What's with your hate towards the large people, man? I can't even get a T-shirt, dude. You don't have no 4XL, man. You're going to have to sew like three of them together.
I told you, Tim.
That ain't got nothing to do with me and TJ. TJ, back up. Just back up.
I'm out waiting this argument.
Dude, you need to get your ass in the argument.
That's it. Tim, the rest of this Tim, you got to answer this question. Me and Josh are out.
What? No. I gotta figure out a shirt because the shirts we run don't go up there. They go up to like 2X or 3X. So I just gotta find a shirt on there that
again, it's just
the 2X is big.
Discrimination.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna hop on. It's discrimination. It's just so apparently, if you want to be an outlaw window cleaner, you have to
buy
be skinny.
A coffee mug and shut up.
Buy a coffee mug, man. If it's anything else like the Josh the Window Cleaner hat, I'm gonna be waiting a couple years. Only because
deep cuts.
Wait a second.
Behind the scenes.
Hold on.
Hold on.
They got the razor blade out now. They got the razor blade out now.
Let me get
This is like a rap battle now.
it took you 2 years to get my stuff.
That's beautiful. This has been fucking awesome. I knew
this has been fun.
Is this our cut sign?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes, cut this mother trucker.
Disrespect you like that on the podcast.
Oh my God, dude! Well, wait a minute.
This has been everything I thought it was going to be and more. So this is
You
awesome.
got the hat.
Yeah,
dude, I do have the hat, and you know what? I respect.
You ain't even wearing it right now.
It's too good to wear, players. Too good to wear.
His favorite
all
color
this
was
volume is going to have to be cut out. All this screaming. Why are you guys yelling at each other?
Because we all got earphones in.
Right.
He wanted purple.
Purple's royal. Purple's a color for royalty.
Royalty.
Yeah, whatever.
No, and respect it.
My volume is so low right.
Know your place, player. Know your place.
Plus, he wants to look like Barney, so shut the fuck up over there.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug.
I can't, man. I got kids. I'm used to it.
Won't you say you love me?
Okay, you know what? I got a song for you right now. It's one of my favorite ones at the moment.
Bon Jovi? Bon Jovi.
Oh, no. Can you hear that?
Yeah, we hear
it. Yeah, get it. I like it.
Yeah. Josh
just wait, you'll like it.
Is that you and I were trying to be a cowboy again?
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know, dude. This might get us banned from YouTube. I'm gonna have to keep talking over this the whole time. Oh my God, you're gonna get us kicked off of YouTube, man.
Smoke them stems.
There's copyright issues, Jacob.
Oh,
Smoke
shit,
them
I forgot.
stems,
I love
bro.
this song, man. Them stems.
Don't worry, we talked over it. As long as we're talking over it, we're good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's all good.
I think we should be good as long as we're talking over it. We just can't play the song and over dead air. So
all right,
you're good to go. Jacob,
gentlemen, I've had fun.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Yeah. I would like for you to eventually come back.
He's been driving the whole time.
Yeah.
No, I've been parked right in front of the gas station.
Oh shit. Yeah, but
don't be trying to get me in trouble with the law. I'm already got enough issues with them, man.
It's been.
See, look, ain't driving nowhere.
Oh, okay, you're just chilling.
Ordering.
Well,
them Iowa cops are bitches anyway. I won't tell you when I'm gonna throw it out. Either.
Right. Okay. Well, we just got off the Skype here with Jacob Dehl, and I think that was a badass podcast. Jacob is like fucking awesome. I enjoy our phone conversations. He's a little hard to get off the phone, and people are gonna probably watch this and be like, "Holy shit, TJ and Jacob talk a whole lot." But I'm not getting a whole lot of support from Tim. Tim's not talking a whole bunch during these. He don't really say a whole lot.
Tim's on he's on the Barney Rebel internet plan.
Yeah.
He's got a little chicken outside running on the little thing.
Yeah, he's got a little dinosaur behind a curtain underneath his fucking desk.
Man, I just don't know a lot of these guys, so it's like, I mean, I'm just kind of learning.
Cool.
I'm getting to know them and stuff like that.
Well, I think Jacob will probably most likely be a recurring guest on this show. I honestly do. Jacob is one of us.
Probably in about 5 minutes, he's gonna click back in.
He's right. I mean, he's not all like super active on Outlaw and shit like that, but he's behind the scenes. If anybody knows Jacob personally, Jacob calls you and Jacob talks to you. You know, he's a really good dude.
Always
that way.
got
Just
I mean, dude, I've never met somebody that really walks the walk, talks the talk. If you've got a question about anything related power washing or window cleaning, he will let you know.
Yeah, Jacob will help you out. So
he's into mentoring. That's what I love.
Yeah, he's a great mentor. He's one of my mentors.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got a little something I'd like to say here. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in a lot of the Facebook forums and stuff like that about Made in the USA, Made in China, Samurai, Gunslinger. We don't.
What is this right here? Hold on, real fast.
All right.
Okay, hold on, real fast. Hold on, just give me 1 second.
Are you looking? What are you?
Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
okay,
it's pretty much
one
everywhere.
More. One more.
It's everywhere.
Okay. All right.
It's everywhere.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm all. I just want to get this out there so it's on wax, and we are legit. We're Team Reach It, and we're not afraid. We're not afraid to say that. We like Reach It poles. We like the equipment. It's not because they're giving us free shit or anything like that. We buy shit from Reach. My shit I bought from Reach It. Perry didn't give me nothing. Right. I got a gunslinger test because of that. We don't have any ill will towards anyone with competing product. We're not going to bash them. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Josh.
I just wanted to get that out there. There's no hard feelings about any of this. I honestly don't know where any of this. It seems like animosity is coming from. Richie's trying to do something. He's trying to do something with something that he created with his two hands, something he crafted and built with his two hands.
We've seen, that we've touched, that we've
touched, that we've used, and I wouldn't support a product. I come from a family that works in the auto unions up in Detroit. You know what I mean? My cousin and my aunt put the drivetrain and the engine in my F-150 sitting in the driveway now. So I can appreciate the value of American craftsmanship. Something being built overseas, I don't think that should have anything to do whether or not it's good or not. It's good. If it wasn't good, we wouldn't be like, this is the shit. We do have fucking integrity.
Jimmy Carter was the president.
Yeah, and that being said, if it's coming from China, like 90% of your squeegees and squeegee rubber and squeegee handles and T-bars and fucking everything else a window cleaner uses, I don't think that really merits any extra kudos, because I think it's awesome the way that it's being made. That's cool as hell. But that doesn't fit this design's manufacturing process. Richie makes these things and it takes 4 hours by hand for him to make these things. You know what I mean? This isn't, it isn't something that's easily mass produced. So I give kudos to Jared and the Samurai. Nobody's hating on it. It's cool that it's got veteran made straps on it, and it's made in the USA. That's awesome as hell. But it's also awesome as hell that Richie Blue is getting to live his dream and built something with his own two hands, and he should have a fair shake too, no matter where his shit's made. So this ain't I'm not throwing no shade. I'm just addressing it publicly so people don't think this, that, or the third about nothing. We like the gunslinger and we support the gunslinger, so that's why we stand where we stand on this issue. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's all. It's not because we don't like this product or we don't like that product. We're really behind Richie, Reach It, and the gunslinger. It's badass. It's badass. And when people start getting them, the $100 price tag, they're going to see the quality. They're going to see it and they're going to appreciate what it is. And I'm not saying that nobody's not going to appreciate the Samurai, because Tim uses editorial products and I use Unger products. That it doesn't matter where it fucking came from. It just matters if I like it or not. And an American window cleaner is going to be making American money and putting it back into the American economy using a gunslinger or a Samurai. That's all that matters. As long as they're both awesome products, which most likely they both will be, all that extra shit don't matter. So don't try to tout it as being on a high horse and you're just this is why, this is that and the third. No, it's not needed, because those Richie and Perry are not doing that. It's not a fuck off situation. I just wanted to get that out there on wax. I don't want people to think that we're attacking anyone because of their alignment on which bucket on a belt they're supporting, because that's not the case here. All we're doing is touting the product that we get to test. We're getting to test this. You guys are getting to test that, and that's cool. Let's just keep the gloves on and let's all be gentlemen about this. We can be gentlemen. I have no beef with none of those fellers. I think they're all awesome. They're all welcome to come on here and talk to us about their product and all that good stuff. Like I said, we're an equal opportunity offender, man. We're not a bunch of douchebags. We just act like it. So there's that. I mean, we love
out on that one.
Yeah, we love you guys. You guys are awesome. No hard feelings with Kevin or none of that shit. I know me and you went back and forth a little bit, like gentlemen on Facebook, and I just want you to know there's no hard feelings. I don't look down on you for none of that stuff. I just wish, we could use a little more tact and be a less tacky when we do things, because little things like that, little words like that can really set Richie back a little bit, or vice versa. That's why we don't have anything negative to say. So, we want to see both guys succeed. So let's try to make sure that happens within the window community. Let's keep it classy. So outside of that, we really enjoy doing this podcast. The feedback has been awesome. I want to thank everybody that messaged us and be like, don't change a damn thing. Keep it real. Keep it the way you're doing it. And we're going to continue to do it the way we're doing it. We're going to try to get some more guests on. I don't know. Maybe the next one we do might just be the three of us. Who knows? We may have a guest on. I don't know. Again, Black Diamond Squeegee Rubber. Go get you some of that and some legend channels at www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Get you some shirts. Get you some stickers. Get you a coffee mug. Get you that Outlaw Window Cleaner dildo signed by Joshua. Urinal cakes. We sell urinal cakes, and we still have a large supply of Outlaw Window Cleaner baby wipes. So
I'm surprised I haven't used all those up yet.
You guys have anything to add? Are you guys content with this podcast?
I just think, going on what you just went and said, I think with the attacking a product that's made in China when it's by an Australian whose son, or a New Zealander whose son was born in Australia, who has a Chinese wife and a Chinese son, and his business is in China.
Right.
And he's helping out an American guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a family business at the end of the day.
Right.
This isn't some big corporation that you're just throwing shade at. I mean, this is legit. I mean, mm-hmm. you could damage people monetarily by starting a little war because of a free product or a free product. Right.
Competition is
I don't
healthy.
know. Yeah, I don't know. Competition is healthy. There's room for both.
I get that.
There's room for both. There is room for both.
Yeah, I mean, Jared, I'm excited to see this product, and I mean,
I am too.
Some guys are going to be plastic, Bob guys, and they're just not going to switch no matter what.
Yeah. Just like some guys are Unger guys and some guys are editorial guys. That's just part of it, man. Right. There's no need for this fucking division. It's stupid.
It's two big products coming out at the same time, and I mean, there's one thing to cheerlead, but I mean, this again, at the end of the day, these are family-run businesses. And that's how it just has to be.
The Reach It is a family-run business, just like Josh the Window Cleaner is, and just like Clearview's window cleaning is. It's there's no there's no bones about it. They employ people too, but it's not like they got some sweatshop over there with 1 million people and it's slaving away. Come on, man. Jesus, let's it's.
He's located in America,
guys. I think there's room for both. Like I said, there's plenty of window cleaning tools out there. This ain't even the guy that's making the bucket on the belt. Jared, I mean, he's never said anything to that. He's been real classy about it, just like Richie. So I mean, it's just the extra stuff from the other guys. It's just not necessary.
Yeah, we don't need the controversy.
It's malicious. It's malicious. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Let the products do what they need to do.
Let the products speak for themselves. That's all you need. You don't need to add extra shit on. You just don't need to. You don't need to. You don't need to go out there and white knight shit.
Buy one of the Aztecs to try out, and I'll post on it, and I'm not real good at that, but I'll buy it and give it to DJ or Tim to do something on it. There's so
I'll be too busy making videos on my gunslinger, so.
Yeah.
Well, see there.
Well, there's the Backflip Boys and Kevin Wright. They're going to be doing a lot of videos on the Aztecs, so you're going to get to see a lot of that stuff.
Right.
You're going to get to see it perform, and people are going to make their decisions with their pocketbooks. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters, man. You know what I mean? I want this because I like this about it, or vice versa. I like this because I like this about it. Just let the product speak for itself. You don't have to. This is just the back. It's just ridiculous. I find it tacky. Apparently if you get a bruise on your side of your knee from a plastic bob on your belt, you need to grow a set. dude.
Listen, my left
come
knee.
on, man.
I'm left-handed.
Come
I'm left-handed.
on. Yeah.
My left knee has got a callus after 17, 18 years of
you need to grow a set.
Yeah, grow a set.
Grow a set.
It's protected now.
I don't care about the bruise on my knee. I'm tired of my fucking pants being wet.
I said a callus.
Yeah.
How about that? How about
already bruised? It bruised years ago.
Right, I'm cool with that. The banging on my knee don't bother me. It is what it is at this point. I'm just saying I like the gunslinger because my fucking pants ain't wet. How about that? How about that?
Well, whatever.
That's all I care about. You know what I mean?
I went all day today. All day today.
With a dry pant leg. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I wear a hip bucket all the time, man. My fucking pants are always wet. It ain't been the last 2 weeks with this gunslinger. Right. My shit ain't wet at all now, so it is what it is, player. I guess my nuts will drop eventually.
Right.
Google your boy, because I don't play that shit.
I don't even know what happened. I have no idea what this is.
It's all good. It's all good. I don't want nobody to take offense to any of this. So,
I
just wanted to say that, and I think we as a group, as Outlaw, as the three owners of OutlawWindowCleaner.com, we just wanted to be like, just so there's no gray area. We are gunslinger guys.
Right.
And you're cool to like other products. That's just the one that we are testing and we have tested, and we like it. We're not saying that the other product's inferior, but because of where it's made.
If this was Tombstone, I'd be Doc Holliday. I'm just saying it right now. I'm going on record.
I'm excited to be Wyatt Earp anyways. So
I think that's what's making us different. We're going to stand out as the group is because of the simple fact that we can't be. I mean, you can't just give us a good product and we're going to say it's a great thing for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We got to as a group, as a core, we got to love it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or else it just doesn't work.
If everybody understood how moody we actually really are and how just crankerous we are, if that's even a word, I'm pretty sure it's a word. We're cranky, okay? Yeah. Nothing impresses us.
No.
Okay? Listen, this impresses us. We're going to go to bat for it. That's it.
Cheap.
Yeah, TJ is cheap.
I'll show you how cheap T-Squeegee is right now. You want to see my microphone stand, everybody? Vice grips. That's how cheap I am. So I'm cheap, and I spent $100 on a gunslinger. So I mean, that's all you need to know right there. My microphone stand is some vice grips. So and I'm on a picnic table right now. So it's all great. I got my Mac computer on a picnic table, and I got my microphone and some vice grips, and I got a gunslinger. And
it looks good though. I like it. It looks.
Unfortunately, I think my vice grips are made in China, so I got to throw these out.
Right.
Oh. Oh man, we're just like I said. You're either gonna like us or you're gonna hate us. We're not trying to be assholes. We're just being ourselves. We really liked having Jacob on, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get Jacob on some more. I think he'll be a regular. He's in the hat as well as Josh Thompson for a podcast guest of the year.
Hey, Jacob's calling me right now. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Are you serious?
He wants to be on again right now.
Well,
no, I'm just joking.
I will say this. I will say this. He actually did enter the video chat for a few seconds and then left again, right, like 20 minutes after he hung up. He probably forgot to say something, but he was awesome. Jacob's a good dude, man. He's really probably one of the better guys in both sides of the industry. The window cleaning and pressure washing. He's a hell of a guy. I'm glad that Tim got to sit and talk to him here because Tim hasn't really had any dealings with Jacob outside of Facebook here and there, so he doesn't really get to speak to Jacob like me and Josh do. So he's a hoot. He's a hell of a time, and
he's a good
we had a lot of fun talking to him. We are gonna be having some more people on. I think we've got Mark Tanner is interested in coming on the podcast, and
that'd be awesome.
Sky's the limit window cleaner right behind me right there. Professional window cleaning behind me. That's his shirt right there that I always have behind me. Mark is an awesome guy. I hold Mark dear to my heart because he is a diehard Ford man, and which I am as well, and he loves to smoke barbecue ribs and briskets, and he gave me his kind of some tips on my brisket, and my brisket has been top notch ever since. So he has a special place in my heart, and I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed because he's really old school, and he's probably not feeling a lot of this social media shit. But I really want to get Todd Ford onto the Swiss Army knife of badass, the T4, the living legend, the Duke of Danger. I'd really like to have him on too. We've got we're trying to reach out to a couple female window cleaners that are pretty popular. We're not going to say who right away, but we might have some.
Everybody already knows now.
Yeah, we might. Well, we might have a few on actually. There might be, and we'd like to get a female's perspective as well, because I think that kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I
speak to a Filipino guy today too in the Ohio area.
Oh man! And now if we could lock that down, the Mr. 24 hours, Mr. 24 hours, Mr.
It is Jalak.
It's Jalak. He called him Jalak. You mean J-Lock? You fucking yum. This motherfucker called John J-Lock Jalak.
I was trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it locked. Keep the J in it. Not giving it away.
This is a beautiful thing that you guys get to be privy to this shit that we do behind the Jalak. Oh my god! Live from the mess shack, John Jalak.
No, that was good, Tim. That was legendary.
Yeah, it was good, Tim.
Don't apologize
I'm just busting
for
your chops, man. This is the no Apologies podcast. We are an equal opportunity offender. I can't say that enough. So,
and we're all offended.
Right.
And offenders.
Right. So go to www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Get you some black diamond squeegee rubber in the round top, the T-tops. Get you some legend channels that take both round and T-top rubbers. Get you an Outlaw Window Cleaner t-shirt. The black diamond squeegee rubber t-shirts got black diamond on the chest, Outlaw Window Cleaner on the back. $15. I mean, that's a steal. You can rep us, rep Black Diamond. Get you some rubber. Be a real boss. You know what I mean? Be a real boss. Get some badass rubber. Telling you guys, try it out. About $8 savings on a dozen. I mean, you guys are gonna love it. It's awesome. It's good shit. It's good shit. Used by window cleaners, full-time window cleaners, guys at 9 to 5. No. 5 to 5 window cleaners. You know what I'm saying? We like it. It's awesome. It works. It's the shit. I've actually been using it since before I got kicked out of the WCR forum. They used to sell it, and I don't know if they still do or not. But
they do.
I used it back then, but we're cheaper. But anyways, I mean, anything, anyone else? I mean, has anyone seen? By the way, now that we've got a few minutes here, has anyone seen the new Facebook page going around Facebook right now? WCR is a ripoff. Who's like that page? Because I know I did.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know who that. I don't know where. I think it's Benji. I think it might be Benji.
It's got to be Benji.
It's got to be Benji because we
got to get Benji on.
There's some proofreading errors. It looks like the guy might have been methed out when he made the page.
He just left, dude.
He just left the meth shack. Tim just hooked him up. Tim just hooked him up. Benji kicked the Reach It Mini over. The meth shack wall fell down. It took a few minutes. He came back. The wall's back up. We're good to go. The podcast is up and running again. So it's amazing. But, outside of that stuff, you can get yourself T-shirts, mugs, stickers, squeegee rubber, legend channels, all that good stuff from outlawwindowcleaner.com. We appreciate the views, the likes, the shares, the comments. We're having fun. We're having fun. We love it. We're gonna have some cool ass guests on. And we're gonna keep it rolling, guys. We hope you enjoy these. We're gonna keep pumping them out as often as we possibly can. It's gonna start getting rough. I know you guys are gonna be like, shit, man, they're putting them out all the time. But we're doing that because eventually these are going to start coming down to you might maybe only get one a week, maybe one every couple of weeks because it's, busy season's coming. And we're not chilling out in New Jersey, sitting on our asses selling shit for $9 million a squeegee channel or nothing like that. We actually clean windows. So I actually have a lot of fucking windows to clean. So Josh does too, and so does Tim. We're all window cleaning all the time. Full-time window cleaners, by the way. I can't stress that enough.
Full time. Hey, and guess what? I pay for my own insurance on my 3 kids and my wife, and we pay payroll taxes and quarterly taxes and all. Listen, if you ever need a class, which I'm sure you do,
I do.
Call.
I need some help. I would like to sit down.
Josh, the windowcleaner.net. Go ahead.
Yeah. How about I just
and then I'll patch you over to my wife because she handles all that.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Why don't you just give me your wife's phone number so she can tell me how to run a fucking business, you
Don't you ever.
Don't you ever. How dare you. We love you guys out there. Stay tuned. There'll be more coming for Josh the window cleaner, Tim Huber, Outlaw, baby.
Outlaw.
You gonna say outlaw or not, Josh?
Outlaw.
What a dick. See you later, guys. Peace.